CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code.
Guys, the Chicken is here, bringing you another Beach video. In today's video, guys, it is the long-anticipated Season 14 Sneak Peeks. We're going to go everything deep dive in the tech tree and everything like that. I'll try to upgrade some stuff and show you guys some of the decks as well. But wanted to mention, first off, was not given very much time to make this video, so it's just going to be kind of like an overlay of what we have. Like, I didn't have time to really dive into what the metas are going to be, etc., etc. Also, hosting a giveaway for everyone using the code chicken in the shop. All you have to do is use the code when you buy something, and then just let me know that you did down below in the comments. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so pretty standard start. This is typically what we see, right? Now, you're going to want to max out your gunboat, max out your landing crafts, but you want to get to heavies. You want to get to heavies ASAP. That's going to be, it's going to be heavy rushing. It's going to be heavy rushing for the first little bit. The glasses are fogging up a bit here. And there's, in my mind, there's two ways you can go here. You can then go the defensive route, and you can get cannons, max them out, and get building damage. Or, I think the better route is going to be to go to the the third ER. The third ER up to bullet, and then grit, and get troop damage. I think that's going to be the key. Because what's probably going to happen is it's going to be a bullet energy drink rush on two engines, and then while the heavies clear the other two. That's typically what we see. So getting bullet and getting troop damage, you get both of these two things. I think that's what's really going to propel you possibly into diamond if you're able to do it early enough and really take advantage of like sort of a tech riding path. What I mean by tech riding, guys, is when you skip a bunch of stuff, you go ahead, you unlock things that are really going to help you progress forward because not a lot of other people have them. Versus base riding, what we call it, where you unlock and upgrade everything, and it's a more balanced approach and slow, but it's steady progress. You know, not always steady progress, but you know, it's slow maintenance / progress. So yeah, that's what I see right off the bat. We have multi-node here. It's just the crap defenses. Yeah, no strong defenses. No building health, which is important to note just yet. Overall, throughout the season, there's a very low amount of ice, I think. So we got one building health node here, troop health, another building damage, and then we don't see. Yeah, there's only 100% building health this season and 150 troop, 150 building damage. So it's gonna be more offensive oriented. There's no proto troops, there's no clone riflemen. It's just the average troops. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun because last season, you know, it was cool to have the new troops, but none of them really were effective except for the clone riflemen, and we had them so early on. It kind of diminished the feeling of progress because it was like, you know, you're getting all this new stuff, but like you can't use it, so it you know, it wasn't really that cool to have. Versus this season, you know, we're gonna have heavies. Also, an interesting path would be to go with warriors. Typically, warriors have never fanned out in warships. Yeah, so it's a gamble. Like, we don't have shocks. We do have smokes, but the thing with warriors is, in terms of warships, like, you have to use a lot of GB to make them work. Typically, we don't have that, right? Like, we don't have any GB nodes. We have we just have the gunboat. So even to get that maxed out, like, they're just tough to make work without any other abilities, really. Versus heavies, where like, they're just dummies, right? That you just send them out and they're fat and soak up damage, and they do a decent amount of damage if you keep them all alive. So that's kind of why we lean towards heavy rushing. So, yeah, we have to get the med kit. That's fine. Boom mines. Mines are probably going to be key. We do have mines early on. So going for mines and boom mines is probably not a bad idea. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking a decent path is going to be to max out the gunboat and the landing craft right off the bat. Don't even think about it. Flares you probably want at least rank 3. Rank 4 is probably better. So like it's nice to start out with rank 4, and then you just don't have to worry about them. You don't have to throw like excessive flares all the time. So you can get that done right off the bat. That's nice. Obviously, we want to max out the heavies. We want to max out the regular mines. And then I'm probably going to take the smoke route. Unlock the smokes. Actually, no, sorry, that's wrong. So go heavies, and then we're going to go troop health is what we want next. Then we have to unlock warriors. We'll grab cannons, and then we can go straight to this engine, because we don't need smokes for sure. We also don't need warriors, but we don't need smokes, and we also don't need this multi-node. So if we can just skip warriors, get cannons, and then we can go back and get the building damage just in one go versus having to go back. So that, yeah. So get the heavies and then go down. The mines are going to be there. We'll see how effective they're going to be. They're probably worth getting. I mean, if you have all the keys in the world, you're going to want to go, get the little defenses too. Get the mortar and stuff. But go heavy, mine, troop health, warrior, cannon, next engine room, medkit, boom mine, troop damage. I think that's going to be a really solid path. Because then it still gives you options too, right? Like you can go back, you can get the building damage, you can get bullet. It's all still right there. But then we have prototypes up here. We have nothing over there. We're probably going to want to unlock the riflemen, but we'll see how they play out first. The heavies are probably still going to be pretty dominant up until this point. Shock bombs are probably going to be worth getting. But then I think we're going to stay on the top path for the most part. And then we come down here, and then we're going to have to get medics. There's no way around that. We have to get medics, and then boom cannons, and then the fourth engine. Then after the fourth engine, it really starts to open up. We got Scorchers, we got rocket choppers, we have just a generic multi-node. We have barrage. The one good thing off this start, not the one good thing, but we have barrage and artillery pretty far off. Like, it's going to be like within the first week, people are going to have barrage for sure. But at least, we can breed those first 3 days. If you don't have instant training, you're not going to get barrage to death, which is always nice. So yeah. Also, guys, what I'm going to do, I forgot to mention before, I'm going to do an instant training giveaway because that's the most important thing for Warships is to have instant training. And I know not everyone can get it. So I'm just going to do a random giveaway, to someone that uses the code, preferably. But if you don't, just write down in the comments that you want a free instant training, I guess. Yeah, that's... I'll just pick someone in the comments. Make it as simple as that. I'll just pick somebody in the comments. We'll give away free instant training because it really does make a big difference for warships. But yeah, so then we go up. After we get boom cannon, we get the fifth engine. I think it's the fifth. Is it the fifth or the fourth? I'm getting confused here. It's the fourth, I think, right? You start with 2, then 3, yeah, then 4. Yeah, like I said, then it really opens up. We got Scorchers, we got rocket choppers. Everspark probably not gonna be worth it. Definitely want barrage. Rockets, rockets are always a controversial pick. It seems like every season. But then again, it seems like every season that the people have the rockets unlocked and maxed out at the end, they're typically doing better. Now, if we look at what's going to be available here, we don't see bombers until later on. So then, obviously, once we get past the 5th ER, then, we got shock launchers, and then it becomes heavy chopper bomber, right? And we all know how that goes. So, Seekers are pretty late in the season, but... if you're comfortable using Seekers, you're probably going to have a good time because it's right after you get the troop damage too, so that's going to be pretty huge. And then we get the next hot pot. The next prototype, not necessarily a hot pot. Let's take a look at the prototypes for a sec, guys. We have level 2s off here, and we have level 2s here, and we have 1 level 3 Simo. And then we don't see more level 3s until we get to the very end. We see a Sky Shield and a Doom Cannon and stuff like that. But pretty weak protos, weak building health. I think this season is really going to play well. It's really going to be kind of beneficial, at least, to the Seeker players. Because there's not a lot of building health. And there seems to be a lot of troop damage. So, not a ton of GBE nodes that I saw. Wow, there's one there. Yeah, not a ton of GBE, so maybe that's going to hurt the Seekers a little bit. But yeah, I think, spread out. I think Heavy Rush and then Heavy Rush with Energy Drink. So we're going to see the Heavy Rush meta, we're going to see the Heavy Drinker meta, and then we're probably, it's probably going to be some kind of mix-up with maybe, I don't know, rifles, and they might be thrown in the mix at some point. But it's probably going to be a Heavy Drinker until we see... until we get past the 4th ER at least. And then maybe, Zukas might come in for a little bit. But it's going to be interesting at least until we get bombers. Because at that point it's kind of a mix-up. Kavan would be nice if he was way back there with the heavies and the riflemen. But, once we get to here, we know what's taking over. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this season down below in the comment section. It is 21 days again. It's going to be over on... the usual time. Let me just double check. So it goes live tomorrow, the usual time, and it ends on September 20th. So it's another short season. But these seasons, they're always super fun right off the bat. So make sure you guys get your instant training. Make sure you use the code CHICKEN in the shop when you do it. Guys, that's all I got for you today. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one. Guys, chicken out. Back.